Today's guest is Andy Missick. He was born and raised in the beautiful islands of Turks and Caicos. He is a CARICOM Youth Ambassador for the Turks and Caicos Island. He has a bachelor's degree with honors in social work. During his tenure at the college, he held the position of treasurer as a member of the student guild. Andy does a lot for the community, as he lives by the club's motto, service above self. Mr. Missick's large-scale contribution to his community has led to him being awarded a National Youth Achiever Medal at the National Honors and Awards Ceremony 2023 and a Premier's Award at the National Youth Awards Ceremony in 2023. He was named one of the Caribbean Regional Youth Council 35 Under 35 Caribbean Class of 2023 to 2024. Mr. Missick currently works in Providence as a probation parole officer and is well known in the community for engaging with young people through mentorship and helping at-risk populations. He is big on mentorship. Andy is also a public speaker, affluent writer, and music artist. He is an award-winning artist, being that he has won 2 Best Music Video Awards 2022 and 2023 at the A Day in Paradise Awards ceremony and a Youth in Media Award at the National Youth Awards in 2023. Mr. Missick is a radio host for What's Up, which is a youth show that focuses on youth empowerment, airing on the radio in Turks and Caicos Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Let us welcome Andy Missick to Pathways to Success.
Welcome to Pathway to Success. I'm Charlotte, your host for tonight, and I'll be sitting in for Dr. Hunter for tonight's episode. And I'm super excited to introduce to you our guest tonight, Andy Missick, who has multiple achievements. He's an artist, he's a public speaker, and a writer. Andy, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing quite well. It's indeed an honor to be on Pathways to Success. I tune in and I'm inspired every time to hear individuals, inspirational stories. And a lot of times there are people who came from struggle, came from tough circumstances, and now movers and shakers within their community, bringing about positive change. And it's amazing that I've been considered as one of those individuals to be interviewed. So it's an honor.
It's an honor to actually have you as our guest, and thank you for being a forerunner for all of those individuals that look forward to having a beautiful future such as yourself. You're definitely the one that I was looking at your bio, and I was like, my goodness, such much achievement that you have. Your achievements, you've achieved numerous accolades and awards for your contributions to your community and beyond. What motivates you to dedicate so much of your time and energy to serving others?
Just, I would say, to whom much is given, much is expected. So that I am an individual within my community now who has been awarded accolades, that keeps me going. But previously, even before that, it just being the change that I want to see. I've lost a lot. I've lost a lot in terms of childhood friends to who made bad decisions in life, end up be going to prison or end up dying at early age because reckless behavior, gun violence and things of that nature. So that keeps me going. And I would also say love for my country and love for humanity. I grew up to a large extent around my grandmother and older folks, and hearing their stories of how far we came as a country, how far we came as a people. It just gives me a sense of responsibility in terms of pushing things even further. So one day, when they tell the story about me, or one day when I'm telling the story to the younger generation of how far we came, they also feel inspired and continue the race. That's what I feel like it's all about, adding to development, adding to growth, and helping however you can.
You have such wisdom. Who wouldn't want to follow you? You're displaying so much wisdom, even from your forefathers. And I know they certainly have to be proud of you. They have to be proud of such an accomplishment that you have. Could you share some insight into your upbringing on the island of Grand Turk and how it has influenced your passion for community service and youth empowerment?
Well, I grew up on the island of Grand Turk, which is also the nation's capital where I'm from. And being from Grand Turk, it's definitely rich in, history. I mean, rich in terms of culture. I grew up in a large household. There were seven of us, a mom and a dad, and things was kind of tough and financially tough. I would say I didn't have all of the wants, but of course I had all of the needs. But however, growing up in that family structure, despite things being tough, it teaches you certain values in terms of sharing, in terms of love. I would say our household, all of us had a lot of friends. People would come over. We would share. Despite the little we have, we always had that sharing nature within us, and that those qualities basically took me when I went to the real world, when I went into the school setting. I always had that care, that love, that sharing nature, uh, not wanting to see people being taken advantage of. And even with the little that I have, I always, find time to share. Like I said earlier, growing up with my grandmother, she always told me the value of, you know, being a helper to others. And coming up on my Christian faith, I always tried to be the good Samaritan. And the older that I get, is the more that I realize that the world is indeed a cycle. So, you being a helping hand to others, will definitely come back to you. And one day you need a helping hand, and, realizing now how tough life is tough. And
Yes.
everyone needs someone to lean on. And you never know, how overwhelmed or what an individual is going through. A lot of people don't voice, their challenges, voice their struggles. So you might just be that one who lend that helping hand, who save a life. And I would say studying social work too, getting a general view of things and understanding the struggles that people go through, not only financially but emotionally, probably spiritually, and just being that helping hand. So being a part of Rotaract as well, living by service above self, and just trying to empower and help others however I can.
Wow. And you seem so young. I mean, you're just so young. And I know that this is something that I love to see as well. And I know that your island of Turks and Caicos embraces all of your accomplishments that you have endeavored. And I really do believe that your parents most definitely are proud, and they have raised you to live by that golden rule. So that is always do unto others as you see them do unto you. But you go a little further, you want to help others that are in need. And I know that they embrace that, and the morals and values that they've instilled in you are very strong. So, as a member of the Turks and Caicos Islands Community College Alumni Association, how do you stay connected to your alumni matter and support current students that are, in need?
Mhm. Well, I try to be involved in not only the alumni association, but any organization in terms of pushing and assisting others. And I know how tough it was for me going to school, because a lot of people look at school as, it's not like high school.
Yes.
Chances are when you're in college, you're in university, you are faced with so many different life struggles. Everything is coming at you at once. And I know how tough it was for me in terms of going through school, knowing the importance and the value that a degree carries, of course, but faced with so many different life struggles. So I try to be, a member of the alumni association and lend a helping hand where I can, because I have a big platform. I have a voice that people listens to. So I try to provide a word of encouragement to others to go to school. Shed light on the programs, the initiatives that are being awarded at the school, and just however I can promote, whether it be, using my radio show to bring on members from the college and promote the initiatives, because I know the power of education. And
Yes.
a lot of times people say that knowledge is power, but and I heard the saying all my life, and not until I got a degree and the doors opened for me, and not until I as simple as knowing how to do something, that's knowledge. As simple as developing that awareness, so that you are not manipulated, you are not tricked. And knowledge is so powerful. So just trying to open the eyes of my people and others however I can. So it's a matter of however I can and whatever is needed. That's how I help out with the alumni association.
And you have so many accomplishments, even with the alumni, but also being a member of the Rhetoric Club.
Yeah,
Could you
the
elaborate
Rotaract.
on some of the impact of community projects you've been involved in and how they made a difference? Because it seems like you have a lot of heart to give, and that's beautiful. How have you made a difference?
Well, being a member of, the Rotaract Club, I would definitely say has changed my life. Being surrounded by, we call ourselves Rota Fam. We're a
Okay.
family, just like any family. You might be have a little dispute here and there, but being a part of something that's bigger than you, being a part of like-minded individuals with love for country, love for service. So it's so many different initiatives that we do, whether it be cleaning up campaigns, going around and cleaning our communities, or going to schools, reading with the children, maybe helping out at an elderly home, going and do a presentation at a school, uh, participating in maybe a state event, lending a helping hand at a state event, and things of that nature. So Rotaract is definitely a club that, whenever we are called on, whenever we are needed, we go out and partake in our community, and as well as being surrounded by professional individuals, it gives you a sense of drive to advance yourself. It
Yeah.
also provides like networks for you as a young professional, so you can gain expertise from different areas, different specializations, gain assistance from different, professionals.
Yes.
So it's very, life changing and impactful, and as well as the impact on the community. I would say that the Rotary Club that I'm from is very active. Whenever our names are called, and maybe not every member would show up, but some members would.
Wow. So you're very busy.
Yeah,
You're extremely busy.
I like to keep busy.
Yes, sir. I can see where you went from the alumni to spreading the knowledge and the Rotary Club. But let me ask you this question. How has your role as parole officer shaped your perspective on mentorship and working with at-risk at-risk populations? Because that's a difference from the
We're
alumni
all
to how do you, mhm,
we're all we're all one good decision away from a totally great life, and one bad decision away from a totally bad life. And it's important, like working with probation, parole, being a social worker, it helped me to, develop a stronger quality of empathy, helped me to understand others, put myself in others' shoes, and not judge others.
yes,
And even on a deeper level, I felt like this was definitely a calling for me, to develop me. It helps you to become a greater leader because you don't judge. And a lot of times you look at these individuals who are on probation, on parole, they made one mistake. They acted out of emotions. They
yes,
were struggling. They felt like they didn't have anyone to call on, or they felt too ashamed to call on anyone because of small communities. Usually, people talk a lot. So you don't want to be judged. You don't want to be your name called around, and you don't want that stigma.
yes,
So, being a probation or parole officer, you become that safe space. You give that individual a sense of hope. Uh, People who came like from, acquiring social services, acquiring, being on probation, parole, they go on to have great lives. All depends on you as the change maker, you as the individual within their life. And we all are human. We all make mistakes. We all fall short. Nobody is perfect.
yes,
Even up to now, as I help, sometimes I need help. Sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes I hurt people. And I believe that, we all deserve a second chance, and sometimes you would have to see, a person would have to go to prison, but even then, if a person end up going to prison, they still deserve another chance. There should be, facilities and systems in place within the prison setting to help and rehabilitate that individual to get back functioning well. Because life, in reality, life hasn't dished all of us the same hand, the same cards. And the chances are, if you had the same life that that individual had, you would have been making even worse decisions.
Yeah.
So I believe, we can't judge people. It teach me a non-judgmental approach. And even like if someone make hundreds mistakes, I don't look at them any different. I look at them like, oh, this individual need help, instead of, because a lot of times we as individuals, we say to ourselves, we are the way that we are because of our circumstances, and we look at others and say they are the way that they are because they choose to be so. So that probation and parole and social work background teach me to like understand that people are the way that they are because situations, circumstances, and I feel like it helped me to be a better leader, and it definitely helped me to have a greater desire to assist, because sometimes you are the only source of help or hope in that individual lives.
And you certainly seem to be that voice of hope throughout your community. I mean, so many achievements, and it seems like your mentorship takes a vital role in all of this that you have. Quickly, let me ask you this: mentorship seems to be a significant aspect of your life. What do you find most rewarding about guiding and uplifting the next generation? Because you have so many other achievements, what do you find to be more uplifting?
I feel like the because the achievements, to be honest, even though the achievements are there, it don't hold much weight in my life. It goes along with your resume. It make people interested in hearing your voice or hearing what you have to say, but it doesn't hold much weight. Mentoring and assisting others does, because definitely, the things you do and gain for yourself, it
Yes.
perishes when you pass away. But the things you do for others, it lives on, and it makes you immortal. So mentorship is something for me, because at a point in time I needed to be mentored. I didn't look at, like I told you, I came from very humble beginnings, and at that time, to me, life was just about, man, probably acquiring wealth,
Mhm.
probably having abundance of this and that, and looking flashy, looking nice, and whatever the case. But just being exposed to individuals who took the time out and assisted me, took the time out and put a word of encouragement in my life and helped me to go on a positive path. Because, like I said before, I have a lot of friends who went to prison, a lot of friends who, died at early age, either reckless living or being murdered, and even up to now, some of them are still, experiencing those things. And for me, having those mentors in my life definitely changed my life. Even now, I still have mentors, because we none of us have it all figured out. And knowing the impact and the power, that mentorship has, make me always make time. So I'm so busy, like so much going on, but at sometimes, on my lunch break, like I make time to go by the school and spend an hour with the kids, or
Wow.
and so much. I always make time. So even if I have it as tight as my schedule,
You
maybe I
maximize it.
always I always make time, because you might save a life. And
Yeah.
one of my mentors always tell me, he say, I might not make it to the large scale in terms of being a leader, being wherever someone would want to acquire, or the position that they would acquire in leadership. But on a daily basis, even by just saying a word,
Yes.
that does wonders. You're saving lives, you're making others impact lives. And so that's the most amazing part of the work that I do.
Well, I want to hear so much more, and I know your audience does as well. But we're going to take one quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with more from Mr. Andy Missick.
Okay.
Yeah, uh, young blacks, ay.
Oh no,
With all the people I lost, I thank God I'm still here. With all the hate I receive, I thank God I don't kill. All the struggles I face, I thank God I'm so fierce. I put love over hate and dreams over fear. With all the people I lost, I thank God I'm still here. With all the hate I receive, I thank God I don't kill. All the struggles I face, I thank God I'm so fierce. I put love over hate and dreams over fear. Wake up, I'm up before the sun. Shooting for the stars, birds moving as they come. I've been counted out, never counted in. But I've been working hard, cause I wanna win. Yeah, standing tall like I got on Tim's. Climbing in life and running from my sins. Karma on my back, wanna catch me back. For the things I did, I pray the Lord forgive. With all the people I lost, I thank God I'm still here. With all the hate I receive, I thank God I don't kill. All the struggles I face, I thank God I'm so fierce. I put love over hate and dreams over fear. With all the people I lost, I thank God I'm still here. With all the hate I receive, I thank God I don't kill. All the struggles I face, I thank God I'm so fierce. I put love over hate and dreams over fear. Counselor, I think I need a counselor. Lost mine a few times, wanted to give up, but I kept going like the river stream. Never ever stop pursuing my dreams. Cash rules everything around me, cream. When it comes to music, I'm a fiend. Being rich, that's a dream. Saving life, that's a dream. And I know I'm gonna make it cause I'm a king. Married to the rap game, don't need a wedding ring. I switch the flow up like a DJ do. Make the listener smile like comedians do. I came a long way from being cool that dude. Now everybody know me as Young Blacks. Hey, with all the people I lost, I thank God I'm still here. With all the hate I receive, I thank God I don't kill. All the struggles I face, I thank God I'm so fierce. I put love over hate and dreams over fear. With all the people I lost, I thank God I'm still here. With all the hate I receive, I thank God I don't kill. All the struggles I face, I thank God I'm so fierce. I put love over hate and dreams over fear.
Are you looking to advertise your business? Look no further. Pathways to Success is offering 3 30-second slots each Sunday of the month for $100. Please contact 561-331-1524 for all inquiries.
They're alive, but you don't gotta fight. Alright? The fighting, the shooting.
I sit back and think about how we used to play as kids, and I wonder what changed. Why the violence? It's crazy, man. We used to disagree today and be friends tomorrow. Out of taking lives, my heart's in sorrow. Young Blacks, hey. Stop the violence, I'm in pain, I just lost another friend. Stop the violence, it's insane like the war will never end. Stop the violence, no one gains when you kill another man. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Stop the violence, I'm in pain, I just lost another friend. Stop the violence, it's insane like the war will never end. Stop the violence, no one gains when you kill another man. You live by the sword, you die by the sword, yeah. Eye and eye makes the whole world blind. Might get away today, soon it'll be your time. Common knows the address. What you do, you get back. Life is a cycle. What goes around comes back. History repeats itself, that's a fact. Slave masters got us drunk. We fought till that. Now we're at bars getting lit, taking lives over arguments. Damn. Stop the violence, I'm in pain, I just lost another friend. Stop the violence, it's insane like the war will never end. Stop the violence, no one gains when you kill another man. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Stop the violence, I'm in pain, I just lost another friend. Stop the violence, it's insane like the war will never end. Stop the violence, no one gains when you kill another man. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. No more long live my bro, yeah. No more going too soon. Yeah, no more rap this side, so forget those other dudes. Yeah, you know gangsta ain't killing. Gangsters taking care of your children. Gangsters loving each other. Gangsters respecting our women. Yeah.
You guys have such a great future ahead of you, and this is what you came on the court to do, to fight one another, to kill.
What y'all know about that? Where y'all get that from? This is not our culture.
That's amazing, man.
Welcome back to Pathway to Success with Andy Missick. Andy, I was over here just vibing to this video, this music. I'm loving it.
Thank you,
Wow.
Jalen.
Oh my goodness, so talented. I was like, who is that? That's you. I'm like, wow. I was just listening and I really enjoyed the message that I was receiving. The beat was beautiful, but the message was more powerful. And just listening to the words. And as an artist, a public speaker and writer, how do you incorporate positivity and encouragement into your creative work? Because I can see it in the video, but I know you do so much more.
At that time that I wrote that song, "Stop the Violence," violence was, I mean, at a high level in my community, and I was just looking for many different ways to reach the youth, reach the people. And music is so powerful,
Yes,
and a lot of times, people would be like, music have no power over them or whatever the case may be, but words and the beat, that's like mantras, and it sinks into your subconscious. And you look at it, that a lot of, I mean, these individuals who engage in these violent acts today, the music has an influence on them, the things that they watch has a influence on them, and it's, I mean, desensitizing them to the stuff like violent acts. And so I try to use my platform, like I said earlier, too much, to whom much is given, much is expected. I try to use my platform, I mean, to promote and push positive, because what goes around comes around. Eventually, the people who you influence negatively, or whatever you say, the negatives that you say always come back to you. And so I try to be an individual who, whatever platform that I have, whatever event or initiative that I am involved with, I just try to do positive. And it's also your legacy that you're leaving behind. What do
yes.
you want to be remembered as? Someone who impacted the community, country in a negative way, or someone who, tried to add a little positive? And it's no like one solution to fix all. So I just try to attack it in as many diverse ways as possible, either through my writing, through my public speaking, through my music, or whatever I can do.
Well, one thing I can see when I saw in the videos, it was so much positiveness in that video.
Mhm.
And I was listening to the words. And one thing that I do enjoy is listening to the words and seeing actions behind it. And that video, the last video that I was watching, was definitely not that the other one wasn't sending a message, but the last video that I was watching definitely sent a
It
positive
was it
to our
was it was and it was so many different influential youths from within my community who was in the video. I had
yes.
members from my Rotaract Club brothers, youth parliamentarian brothers. I had, Benson Williams, a photographer, videographer, Leo Lightborn. He's also a writer, public speaker. Donnie Gardner, parliamentarian. Abimael Martinez, my brother, Cam Missick, and so many others of influence from within the community. I said, man, my brothers, we have to come together. We have to do something. I did the charts, to put up in the air, and so
Yes,
it was very amazing. And that was one of the songs that I won best music video for at the last film festival that is also hosted by Benson Williams.
wow.
Mhm.
Now that's a winning video. Winning awards for your music videos and contributions to the media must be incredibly gratifying. Can you
Yeah.
tell us about your creative process and how you use your platform to inspire others?
Mhm. So creation is something I feel like, to be honest with you, is more like, with me now, I'm at a stage in which I pray, and I be like, God, let it come to me. I'm a man of serious faith. So I be like, God, let it come to me. And eventually it's just come to me. So, because like in particular, the music video, we are at a peak with violence. I said one day that I'm going to do a song to stop the violence, find the beat, wrote the song, and the ideas just came to me. And I feel like, especially when it's something positive, or you're doing it out of love, and it expand and it becomes something timeless as well. People could always go to it, could always remember, hey man, I remember this, I was a part of this, and people would also want to be a part of it, and people want to promote it, when it's positivity. So the creation process for me, I think more deeply about stuff. I don't let out stuff just because. I try to make it something of value, something that gonna impact people positively and change their life. Because also, we all have a voice that people listen to, and I mean, words are very, very powerful. I mean, that saying that words will never hurt us untrue. While the pain, physical pain, go away, the words it lasts a lifetime. So I try to always say positive, do positive, and add to the positive aspect of things.
And you're serving as the male CARICOM Youth Ambassador.
Hmm.
Wow, for the Turks and Caicos Island is notably responsible. I mean, what are some of your key issues or initiatives you focus on in this role? I mean, you have so many roles that you do play, but what is your key issues?
Hmm. You definitely, some of the key stuff that I try to focus on is youth engagement, youth advocacy in the form of advocating for others, because uh, being aware that you have a platform and you are in rooms with people with of influence, people who can bring about change. That gives me a sense of responsibility to also network and try to connect others. Like for instance, like a part of my youth engagement, what I do, my radio show, I try to give as many different people a chance to come on, share their perspectives, share what they're going through, or just giving a platform to expose what it is that they're doing, so an opportunity may come out of that. That's youth engagement. Also reaching out to others because they know who I am, and telling them, say, hey, get in these rooms, and there's the positive stuff that comes along with that, and giving everyone a chance, not trying to withhold or whatever. Love is something you give away, you end up having more, after you share opportunity with someone, and they might be have a connection, or they might be in a room that you're not aware of. But
Yeah,
not even only from that standpoint, but it's good to, the more that you have, you should give. You
yes.
should assist. So I try to use my platform to engage youth. I try to use my platform to advocate for youth, inspire youth, help them to understand that, hey man, I'm just that guy who was raised in Grand Turk, who made the most of opportunities that was given to me. You can do it too. I try to help them to break out of their shell, as we all like to say. You are capable of doing so much more. And because I really and truly, I can't do it alone. It just like it takes more than one organ for a body to function. Bringing about change, it definitely takes much more than just me. I need other people with different expertise, different passions, different drives. So I try to give everyone a chance and inspire and assist and be there for, represent, and however I can.
And you've definitely done well as cloning. I can see that, especially with involving your community into your music videos and then having your youth empowerment show like What's Up on
Hmm.
radio. Turks and Caicos is impactful. I know it has to be. I know all the youths are smiling, they're super excited. What topics do you cover and how do you engage your audience to promote positive change when they listen to your radio show?
Well, I promote a diverse range of topics. I mean, normally, sometimes what's hot at the moment, I would bring on guests to promote, their initiatives that they have going on, probably cultural events, or maybe up and coming artists or writer, or someone who bringing about change, or po- po- possibly a political leader to make the country aware of what's going on in their ministry, what opportunities are there. I try to bring on a diverse range of people as possible. Panels, I try to do more panels than to say one individual at a time, to get diverse perspectives and also inspire others in that field of interest to know exactly what it takes to get there, what avenue they can take. But in addition to that, also by giving the people an opportunity to speak, and as well as a segment of my show I call Giving Flowers, Giving Roses, in which I inspire or let them know that, hey, I'm watching and I'm being encouraged by you. You're doing an amazing job. Keep up the good work. Because a lot of times people never get the recognition for the good work that they're doing. So that gives them a different level of push, a different level of drive to keep going. So in addition to that, I try to make it as, that a child could sit down and understand, not overcomplicating things, but keeping people on the know, in the know of what's going on, and just inspiring them to know that, this is a route that you can take, that is a route that you can take, and what it takes to get there. And just like what's up, like the phrase say, make it in a way that, anyone could feel just comfortable and laid
Wow.
back about it.
And you definitely are a role model that is definitely an encouragement to your community as well. I mean, the youth, they definitely have a powerful role model. And I know you always spoke about change, and your faith plays a significant role in your life. So, how does your Christian belief system influence your approach to community service and leadership?
Mhm. When you think of, with the true meaning of being a Christian, follower of the Christ, when you think about the Christ in his life, being forgiven, being understanding, being a teacher, being a counselor, being a one that shows love, one that tries his best to involve others, tries his best to include others, having a sense of forgiveness, because despite being betrayed, despite knowing that he was going to be betrayed, that he still was willing to give it all and fight, and being in the helping profession, especially social work, probation, being a leader, especially being a person who want to bring about change. A lot of people, no matter how much you do, it's some people would feel like you didn't do enough. And even if you do large scale, that the country or the people in general will profit from it, there are some people who would sit down and say, what you did for me directly, or you didn't do enough for me, or maybe you said one no to them, and they discount all the yes, they just discredit all the good that you do. So being a Christian, being a, I mean, follower of the Christ helps you to understand, they're human, but someone has to do it, and I choose to be the one that do it. uh, I always would tell my mom, like before when I was younger, that we this don't really make any sense. We gotta pass, we gotta die one day, and she would say, we gotta die, but go the right way. So I view going the right way as being that change, being that person, bringing about that positive impact. And like I said, losing a lot of my friends at a young age, still losing them at a young age, uh, it makes me say that what I want to be remembered as. How have I contributed to my community or my country? Did I make things better or did I make it worse?
Mm.
And when you think about being a Christian, being a follower of the Christ, I believe, even though that short period that he had, he brought about such great change. He spread love, he spread a belief in brotherhood, family, and so many different things. So I try to be as much as him as possible. I fall short a lot, like all human. We are in the flesh, so we'll fall short. But I just try that at the end, when they look back over my life, they'd be able to say, "Hey, he was a trying man. He was a man who showed love, and things like that."
And that's wonderful. And I know that you are definitely bringing that positive impact to your community with having you're really showing forth the youth on how to be involved. You're definitely keeping them more involved in a positive way. So, what advice would you give to your young people who desire to make a difference in their communities, but may feel a little unsecure where to start, or maybe
We
unsure?
we all suffer from. I feel like to some extent we all suffer from imposter syndrome. We all suffer from like self doubt. I know a lot of brilliant female friends, suffer from insecurities, a lack of belief in their abilities, their talents. You don't have to be perfect to start, but you have to start to be perfect. And nobody's perfect, so it takes consistency, it takes effort. You're gonna fall short sometimes, but don't fear failure. Don't fear failure. Fear not trying. You're only gonna look back and regret the chances you didn't take. And just to be able to have life. When you have life, you have opportunity. You have opportunity to grow. You have opportunity to fall. You have opportunity to rise again. Keep going. Don't fear taking a chance. Because a lot of people, they fear taking a chance so much that they don't try at all. And I'm just a man who take risks. I take risks, and a lot of people be like, don't do this, don't do that. You do it a workout, they be like, boy, so proud of you, or whatever, like that, and the case may be. And people don't remember your failures. They remember your last fight, your last battle. So just take chances, live the life you love. Life is short, man, and just take chances, man. That's all I gotta say, man. Take chances and have faith. Have faith. Once you have faith in something bigger than you, have faith in God. You understand that the world is yours, and anything you want, you can have it once you believe in yourself. And that's what happened to me. Looking back at it, I wouldn't expect I'd have been in this position, being on pathways to success. Being a
Yes,
person who consider, be
yes,
someone on the show, and look where I am now. So
yes.
it's a dream come true, and it all took about. I mean, came from taking chances. That little boy from Grand Turk, small island of Grand Turk, 8.5 miles or
Mm,
so. Look now. So
yes,
it's all a matter of taking chances, not worrying about what people say, think. They're gonna talk about you today, but tomorrow they're gonna cheer you on. They're gonna talk about you again, then they're gonna cheer you on. It's a matter of just keep going.
wow. I don't even want to stop right now, but I know we have to go to a commercial break. So
Yeah.
we'll take a commercial break and we will come right back with Andy Missick.
They're alive, but you don't gotta fight. All right, the fighting, the shooting.
I sit back and think about how we used to play as kids, and I wonder what changed. Why the violence? It's crazy, man. We used to disagree today and be friends tomorrow. Out of taking lives, my heart's in sorrow. Young blacks, hey. Stop the violence, I'm in pain, I just lost another friend. Stop the violence, it's insane like the war will never end. Stop the violence, no one gains when you kill another man. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Stop the violence, I'm in pain, I just lost another friend. Stop the violence, it's insane like the war will never end. Stop the violence, no one gains when you kill another man. You live by the sword, you die by the sword, yeah. I and I makes the whole world blind. Might get away today, soon it'll be your time. Common knows the address. What you do, you get back. Life is a cycle. What goes around comes back. History repeats itself, that's a fact. Slave masters got us strong. We fought till that. Now we're at bars getting lit. Taking lives over arguments. Damn. Stop the violence. I'm in pain. I just lost another friend. Stop the violence. It's
Welcome back. We're back with Andy Missick. Andy, I'm enjoying myself. I'm really enjoying myself. You got us lit up over here. I wanted to ask, looking to the future, what are your aspirations to the youth of Turks and Caicos Islands and the legacy you hope to leave behind in your community and beyond?
Mhm. I feel like more than anything else, I want to be someone who gave people a sense of hope. Give people a sense of hope from an individual standpoint. Rather be my friends, my clients, or whomever. I mean, reach out to me and ask for assistance, or if I see someone in need, someone who's spreaded love, someone who represented individuals, acted as a voice to the voiceless, someone who help people to understand that it isn't a matter of where you're from, it's where you're going that matters most. and someone who comes in an individual's life and give them a positive, become a positive figure within their lives, because a lot of people, they have negative influences, many different negative influences, especially young men, which lead them down the wrong path, part of destruction and going to prison or early grave and things of that nature. So I want to just be a positive influence everywhere that I go, and be someone that people could look back and say, hey, you know, there's still good people out there, not perfect people, but good people. People who would help you when you're down, because it reach a point in our life when we all need someone to lean on. And a lot of times people turn bitter and cold, because they are faced with a little challenge here and there, and they feel like the way in which they should survive is being a cold person, being a bad person. They become the people that hurt them. So be someone who people can look and say, you know what, I'm gonna keep a good heart, because Andy was good to me. That means good people still out there. That means I should be a good person, and that means I should try bring about change, positive change too, because I can't do it alone, and I don't want to be the one who winning all the awards all the time. I want to be able to sit back and say, hey man, I remember John, I remember Elijah, I remember Peter, who was down the wrong path. Now look at him. He's the CARICOM ambassador. Look at him. He's interviewing me on his radio show now. So it's about passing on the torch too to the next generation, and the next generation, to make them better than me. Like something that I say to all the people, my friends who's younger than me, relatives and those, I want you to be better than me when you reach my age. Break every record that I set, keep, because it's bigger than me. It's like it's about humanity. It's about continuing humanity in a positive way, giving artists opportunities that I didn't have, chances I didn't have. So for instance, I can remember, Mr. Leo Lightborn, he's watching right now. He gave me my first interview, you know, and it felt so good to be able to interview him on my radio show and on other, platforms. And it will feel good when I also pass on my radio show to someone else who will interview me. And when I gave so many different people, their first chance to be interviewed. And so that's what it's all about, sharing the blessings. So that's what I want to be remembered as, someone who shared and cared and how to positively influence my country and the world as a whole.
Wow. Well, you've truly been a blessing to us tonight.
Yeah.
And we're at the point where we're ending the show. Well, but Andy, do you have any last second advice or comments for the people that's watching?
I would like to say, firstly, thanks for the opportunity. I'm really extremely grateful. Thanks to Miss Faye Forbes for considering me and reaching out to you guys. And it definitely was like a dream come true. I always watch the show, and I'm always inspired by the stories. And to be, an individual on the show is definitely a privilege, And I want to say to anyone out there with abilities, no matter what it be, writing, singing, dancing, our gifts is what makes room for us and put us in the midst of great men. Work on your talent, cultivate your talent. You fall short, people talk down about you, no problem. That is in the end. Keep going, keep working, keep developing. You'll have opportunities. Take opportunities, no matter how small they are. They'll add up. They'll become bigger. You'll be on larger stages and larger rooms. But keep going. Don't give up. Challenges will come. I'm going through speed bumps now. I know more speed bumps to come. The road, life isn't always straight and narrow. You'll be faced with challenges, but don't give up. And no one is better than you. Be hopeful. You're not better than anyone. Be humble and keep going, and know that, God is still, God is the provider. The world is your oyster, and just have faith, man. Everything will be okay.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Missick. You've definitely been a blessing to us tonight here on Pathway to Success. And we just want to tell you thank you. And I
Thank
want
you.
to end with the word of the week. Every step forward is a step closer to success. I am focused, determined, and unstoppable on my pathway to success. Good night, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on Pathway to Success.